guys, welcome back to the Ginger Guide channel. Kira here. This is the 4th year in a row that me and my friend Grave are doing the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. By the way, hi Grave, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, everyone.
You guys remember from in years past, me and Grave have always done this video together, and we're back, so we won't ramble on too much. All I want to say is that based on what we know and understand from the last Crunchyroll Anime Awards, I think we're going to see some anime that actually aired in 2022 in the fall season, because I believe they rolled over to this year. So I think we're probably going to see some Chainsaw Man and some Bocchi the Rock, even though they aired not in 2023 technically.
To be honest, as far as predictions go, it's kind of up in the air for me, but I do have to say I do like the overall new layout of the website, like the Anime Awards have put out this year.
Yeah, it looks a lot nicer. I remember we've complained in the past about the layout, but it's looking nice so far. What do you say we get started? I'm just gonna push the start button right here, and it should take us to Anime of the Year. You ready?
Let's do it.
Starting with Anime of the Year is always weird, but we'll start. Okay. Oh, here we go. So we have Oshinoko, which I think was an obvious choice for this category. We have Chainsaw Man and Bocchi the Rock, which rolled over from 2022, and I love that they include Bocchi the Rock here. I was kind of worried that Bocchi the Rock was gonna just get thrown under the bus.
Honestly, I like overall the layout here. Like, all the anime they're put forth, like, have their strong points. Nothing really is, like, undeserving of being listed here, so I think it's a good year overall for it.
I get why Jujutsu Kaisen is here again. Vinland Saga, I think, really deserves it, given just how good the show is. Mappa is really taking over this. I mean, Mappa's just on it, right?
Mappa's had a lot of very big titles recently, so, like, their animation has been just cranking out hit after hit lately.
Oh, this is tough, because I really do like Oshinoko, Chainsaw Man, and Bocchi the Rock. I think Chainsaw Man. I think it's going to be between Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man personally, but I think Jujutsu Kaisen even has a better chance. I'm gonna go for Bocchi the Rock, given it was my second or third favorite anime of 2022. Even though this is the that rolling into the next year, I'm just gonna have to go with Bocchi the Rock, because it's rare that we get these little moe cute girls doing cute things series on Anime of the Year list, so I'm gonna have to go with that. How about you?
I think I'm also just gonna go with Chainsaw Man, because out of the ones here, like, I really liked Oshinoko, but, like, I still have to finish it. Like, the opening started out great. I love it, like, but I just haven't taken the time to finish it yet. So out of all these, I think we'll go with Chainsaw Man.
My second choice would have probably been Oshinoko, followed by Chainsaw Man, and then I'm not sure where I would put the rest of the three, but all right, here we go. Bocchi the Rock for me, Chainsaw Man for you. The next category is going to be Best Continuing Series. Okay, well, this is
Okay, so
about what I expected, you know.
yeah, and this does remind me. I think there might have been a similar category to this last year, because I think I remember voting for One Piece.
Oh, okay, did you? I think I remember that very, like, slightly. Honestly, for me, I don't want to, beat a dead horse or be a broken record, but shonen, not my favorite thing. I get tired pretty quickly. I think I'm just gonna go with Spy Family. Even though Spy Family is technically a shonen, it's just a different twist that I feel like I haven't seen before. So my vote goes to Spy Family for Best Continuing Series.
For Best Continuing, I'm a toss between Spy X Family and One Piece. Like, so I think I'm gonna give it to One Piece again, just because I hit on this a little bit last year, but, like, for me, just One Piece has such a massive jump in, like, what they've done recently with their newest arcs, like the animation quality, the storytelling. I've just got to give it a One Piece, because, yeah, it's One Piece.
And it's just been going for so long. It just consistently, I think, is one of the best continuing series, even though I'm not kept up as much with One Piece. I have to give credit where credit's due. I'll be giving it to Spy Family. You'll be giving it to One Piece?
Yeah, although I'm going to have to change my vote next year if it's on here again, because I can't do it 3 years in a row.
Yeah, you can. There's no rule. There's no rule. The next one is going to be Best New Series. Oh, okay. Okay. I have something to say about this. So Zom 100, I was curious. I was talking to my friend about this just earlier, before we started recording, that I was worried that maybe Zom 100 would not get a nomination, given that it kept getting delayed and delayed, and I don't think it even finished or aired the last few episodes until the fall season. So I was worried that they would roll it over, but I'm kind of glad that it's not, because I think it definitely deserves its place here, as far as I know.
I agree with that, and it's like a really fun series, and like the animation quality and it's very good. Like it honestly cracks me up, some of the scenes like I've seen from it.
I gotta make it to work, even though it's a zombie apocalypse. I know that much about Zom 100, but that's about it. Hell's Paradise, I'm not surprised at all to see on here, a huge mappa show from this year. Should I give it to something different than Bocchi the Rock? Because I gave Bocchi the Rock Anime of the Year? I don't know. This is tough. Now, the only one that I'm not familiar with at all on this list is Heavenly Delusion.
I am actually not either, and like I was kind of thinking the same thing. I think for me, I'm going to give it to Oshinoko on this
Hmm.
one.
You know what? I feel, as much as I want to give it to Bocchi the Rock, I will give it to Oshinoko, because I feel like it is one of those series that got super popular. Everyone was in on it, and it was just so different than anything we see. Like, it's not a shonen necessarily. It's more a drama, a mystery, uh, and I appreciate that. I'm glad that people can see anime as not just like fighting all the time or battle shonen. So I'll give it that.
For me, it's like I've seen a lot of zombie shows, so like the zombie appeal isn't that much different. And like I loved Hell's Paradise, but once again, like it didn't really break that far out of like past like genres I've seen a lot of.
Yeah,
Oshinoko isn't something I see that often, so
yeah,
as
yeah.
far as the new series for the year, that was really good. I'm just gonna go with it.
With Hell's Paradise, I had to stop like within the first 4 or 5 episodes, because there's like an island they go to with insects, and I'm so scared of insects I couldn't do it. But it makes me feel like I should give it another chance. But for now, yeah, Oshinoko is getting it from me. The next section is Best Film. This will be interesting, because sometimes I don't watch a lot of anime films until way later. So this is going to be tough for me. Suzume being on here makes sense. God, I haven't even seen the Kaguya-sama Love is War movie yet. I'll omit from voting in this one just because I haven't seen any of these movies. Yeah, I know. It's so surprising that I haven't seen Suzume yet, but I always see anime movies like years after they come out for some reason. It just takes me it takes a lot for me to just turn on the TV and know that I'm going to be watching something for an hour to 2 hours, whereas with anime it's easier to digest. It's like 20-minute episodes, so that's a me problem. But I mean, what about for you? What do you think you're gonna go with?
So for me, it's between Shizume and Kaguya. Blue Giant sounds super familiar. I'm trying to remember why, but I can't remember if I've actually seen it or not. So
Mm-hmm.
overall, I think I'm going to go with Shizune
Suzume, yeah. I mean, Makoto
for
Shinkai, you can't go
Suzume.
wrong. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't go wrong with Makoto Shinkai stuff. So respect to Makoto Shinkai. I'm sorry I watch all your movies like 3 years after the fact.
Whoever first saw like the movie, like I didn't really pay it that close attention. I was just kind of watching it with some friends, and
Mm-hmm.
like the premise seemed goofy at first, but then as I got to watching, I got really into it. Like it really was an impressive plot line.
Yeah, I feel like that's the case with a lot of Makoto Shinkai films. Like, you're watching it for the visual experience, and then like at the end, after you have some time to like think about what you've just watched, you learn to appreciate it. I think that's true for a lot of Makoto Shinkai films. It happened to me with like Voices of a Distant Star, Your Name. But the next category is going to be Best Original Anime. Okay, I'm very excited about this because, oh my god, I never would have thought that Do It Yourself would get a nomination for something. That's crazy. So my favorite ones easily on here are Do It Yourself, because it's cute girls doing cute things, and Akiba Maid War. Did you see Akiba Maid War last year?
I saw part of it. I haven't finished it either, actually.
Mm, it's so crazy. For me, this is pretty easy. I'm gonna go with Akiba Maid War. I love Do It Yourself too, but Akiba Maid War just takes gangs and maids and Akihabara, like 1990s Akihabara, mixes them up so well and makes you really care about the characters. PA Works, I'm surprised this is a PA Works film, because sometimes PA Works have absolute flops for me, but I have to give it to Akiba Maid War.
For me, like the only two I've really seen that much of are Akiba Maid War, which I said I just saw like some clips and parts of it,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then Mobile Suit Gundam Wish from Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
So between those two, I actually did enjoy Witch from Mercury, so I'm probably going to go with it. The one thing with Witch from Mercury is it is a Gundam series. I mean, it's going to have your standard Gundam tropes and things like that, but overall, the plot and the story behind it is slightly more interesting. It does take
Mm-hmm.
some out-of-character things from the rest of the series, so
I think it's
it's
like
worth it.
a more easily accessible Gundam as well. Like I think a lot of people got into Gundam through The Witch of Mercury, so I think it could deserve to win. I think honestly, Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury is going to win, but man, I hope it's Akiba Maid War. I don't know these I think everything here has a pretty fair chance. I think this is our fairest category so far. The next one is Best Animation. This gets
Oh.
very feisty very quickly, so let's take a look. Oh, okay, it's exactly what I thought. It's a Mappa Fest. It's a Mappa Fest.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming, honestly.
I am impressed with the simplicity in Chainsaw Man. Like, I don't think it's too much over the top. But I think with Chainsaw Man, it's very rare that I will like a shonen anime over the manga, or I guess if some people might consider this seinen. But I have to say that I really do prefer the anime for Chainsaw Man over the manga. I still love the manga, but they just did such a good job with the anime. I have to vote for this.
They really did, and for me, like, it's coming down to, like, I like all the series here except for Trigun, honestly. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know why Trigun's here, but, like, I like all these other series as far as animation goes really well. So, I mean, it's kind of a hard choice for me, and three of them being Mappa,
Mhm.
it's kind of like that's narrowed it down even more. So it's like I'm kind of leaning towards Demon Slayer just because I like what UFOtable did with it, and like I like their animation style as well. So seeing as it's kind of coming down to between Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer for me,
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna give it to Demon Slayer.
I think Demon Slayer probably holds the best chance. I think Demon Slayer has won a lot of category, like a lot in the last few years for animation, but Attack on Titan just it's so massive. It's such a massive series that this could also take it despite any feelings that someone might have on the animation. But yeah, I'm gonna do Chainsaw Man. I don't think Mob Psycho or Trigun stand a chance. Unfortunately, this is really gonna be
I,
between Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, and I still don't exactly know where like Trigun came like out in the top of all the stuff in the last year, considering
Mm.
because I feel like there's some other things that would be deserving of that spot, but
The next one is best character design. This means a lot to me. Okay, what waifus are we gonna see? I'm excited. Okay, best character design. Oh, okay. I always forget that it's not just certain characters. It's going to be like general character design for the series. I respect Demon Slayer's character designs. I do think they're really unique, but I think we see it every single year, and that's annoying. Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man's characters, they're a little bit simple to me, but they kind of have to be given the setting. I don't know if I want to vote for Chainsaw Man. I think I might. I don't look at Oshi no Ko and go, oh my god, the character designs are so perfect, but I think out of these options, I'll have to give it to Oshi no Ko.
so for me it's coming down to Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise because kind of like you said, I've kind of gotten tired of Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen for these categories.
Mm-hmm.
Trigun, while the character designs are amazing, like they're just kind of, remodeled of the original. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like it's really anything new or amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining
Oshinoko,
about Vash. Like, a lot of people were complaining about the characters being too different from the original, but I mean, that's what a remake is about. I don't think Trigun stands a chance here just because the character designs were pretty controversial in the first place.
yeah, and like there are more similarities like to the manga and like the Stampede like versions and things like that. But overall, just I didn't love anything with it, so it kind of comes down to like either Chainsaw Man or Hell's Paradise. So I like the way they design the characters in Chainsaw Man. Like each thing has its own like type of design behind it. Like you have the Chainsaw Man, you have
Mm.
the Katana Man, you have the Gun Devil, you have all these different like themes behind each character. All that being said, like you said, they don't really go anywhere crazy with
Mm-hmm.
it. But Hell's Paradise, that ties together a lot of like different designs, like even from
Yeah.
old religions and like the statues, the monsters, everything has like connections to it. And, like all the characters just really fun to watch. They all have different personalities, powers. So I think I'm gonna give it to Hell's Paradise.
Oh, there we go. Hell's Paradise gets a little something from us. I'm gonna give it to Oshinoko. I love the star in the eyes to like match Ai Hoshino. I like the different color streaks in Ruby's hair. Just these little subtle details to set it apart from maybe other idol anime or slice of life anime, so to speak.
Also, purple hair ninja waifu from Hell's Paradise.
Oh yes, this girl right here. I can't even like get it. I'm trying to put my mouse over it. Next category is best director. I'm usually pretty bad with names of directors, but we'll see. So because I have read both the Oshinoko and Chainsaw Man manga, I can kind of see how they transformed this from a manga format into an anime format, and so I can appreciate it better. I love that Bocchi the Rock is on here. That's going to be hard not to vote for, but I'm going to just simply give it to Chainsaw Man because of it's very impressive to have read the manga and then watch the anime and like the anime better. So I'm going to give it to Chainsaw Man.
So for this one, for me, I'm actually between Bocchi the Rock and Chainsaw Man, and I think I'm gonna go with Chainsaw Man for the exact same reason you are, because watching how it was actually transitioned over is super impressive just from the first episode alone. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I agree. Like, yeah, Chainsaw Man.
It kind of has Chainsaw Man kind of has this like darker, subtle tone that I didn't quite accept. Like it doesn't feel so boyish shonen. It does feel purely seinen, and I feel like translating the manga could have definitely gone one of two ways, and I'm glad that it went the way that it did. Like there are just some shots and some colors used in Chainsaw Man that remind me of older stuff, like Cowboy Bebop, for example. For me, it was an easy pick for best director. The next category is best cinematography. Okay, we're calling it the same problem. We're seeing a lot of the same stuff.
Actually, this one's over 50% Mappa. This one's like 60, like 6% Mappa, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Based off just what I'm seeing here, again, I'll give it to Chainsaw Man, kind of for similar reasons that I said before. It's just the tones, the color palette of the show, the way that the camera moves as, the characters are flying through the air and attacking each other. So I have to get, for best cinematography, it's easily for me Chainsaw Man.
Originally, I kind of was like leaning towards Demon Slayer because, like, once again, I love the battle animations. I love how they animate the water and the flame and like things like that. But like after going through and like looking at this for a second, I think I'm actually gonna give it to Vinland Saga.
Oh, okay, Vinland
because
Saga.
that's one of the things that actually stood about from that anime, like from the very beginning with me, was some of like just visual shots and the backgrounds and just how much work they put into making that look good. And like honestly, I don't feel bad giving it to Vinland Saga.
I mean, the cinematography, I think, in Attack on Titan, I haven't watched any of the Mappa seasons, but from what I have seen, it would be well deserving of best cinematography, but I gotta stick with Chainsaw Man. Next is best art direction. We're seeing repeats again, but we do have Zom 100 on here, which I think is a great art direction. It's very zany, it's very cartoony. It kind of like, it just fits so well. Even this key art right here, so colorful.
So I think I can actually go ahead and say, like, right away, I'm going to give it to Zom 100 just because of there's one scene in particular that pops into my head, and I don't want to go super far into it, but it's in the first episode, and it's where like the characters initially like running and like the scene transitions from like black and white to color, and just the whole process behind all of that was so great. And like that alone is making me want to give it to it for art direction.
Man, I really feel like a broken record here, but I'm just giving it to Chainsaw Man. Like Chainsaw Man impressed me. It's making me appreciate what a seinen or a shonen can do, what it can be. So Mappa has me at their mercy. Oh, here we go. Wait, this is our category. It's gonna be best romance. Are you ready?
Oh, I
Are you
suppose so.
mentally ready? Oh, I'm nervous. All right, here we go. This is a big one for us. Okay. Okay, from what I remember, this is good. This is very good because actually, I want to know your thoughts off the bat.
So, as much as I love Horimiya, like, the missing pieces didn't really do enough to, like, want me to give it best romance overall.
Yeah, I understand that. Horimiya is a little boring to me personally.
It just doesn't really fall on the, like, best for what we have here.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's pretty, it's well animated, the characters are fun, but it's just at the end of the day, it's like this school romance that I get so tired of. There's nothing super refreshing or unique about it, in my opinion. I think that My Happy Marriage probably has the best chance here, given that it was on Netflix. A lot of newer anime fans got into it. So I think it has a pretty massive watch base.
Surprisingly, I still need to watch it. It's the one on here I haven't even, like, checked out yet.
Yeah, it's really pretty. And I do like it. It's kind of this historical romance. It's just different than some of this, this high school stuff that we get. Now, that said, my love story with Yamada-kun at level 999, I'm so happy this is here. This is reviving my love for, like, shoujo-style romance. I have to give it to this because I like that it deals with college-aged characters that are a little older, not like this high school crap that we get all the time. A fun dynamic between these two characters. It has, like, this otaku / video game nerd flavor to it. I'm going to give it to My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999 because I picked this up last minute. I think there was only 2 more episodes supposed to air, and I just binged it. I was really impressed. So my vote goes to My Love Story. I'm curious where you're going to go with it. Did you see Tomo-chan as a girl?
I did, actually, and that's the one I'm going to go with. As much as I loved, like, My Love Story with Yamada, like, Tomo-chan just... I don't know. I watched it and, like, I was just in the mood for something kind of more funny and lighthearted. And, like, it's your average tomboy romance, like, going after a dude, like, and him being completely oblivious. But, like, I just love both the characters because through the process of, like, them working things out and all this, you actually get a feel for how they really care about each other. So I enjoyed it quite a bit, and, like, I got a few good laughs out of it, so I'm going with Tomo-chan.
Now, next is best comedy. This is always hard for me because comedy, it's a hard sell for me sometimes. But, we have Bocchi the Rock on here. We have Urusei Yatsura, the remake. Oh, man. So, Spy Family is fun to have on here because that show always does make me laugh every time. But Bocchi the Rock does too. I don't know. I'm lost on this one.
So, it pretty much comes down to instantly, like, Spy X Family, Zom 100, Mashal. And, like, Zom 100 is a little bit more of a dark comedy theme with it being the zombie apocalypse. And, like, I love the comedy in it. Like, Mashal is just an amazing series too, and it has a lot of, like, just really, like, kind of just like, humor. Like, we're just like, wait a second.
If I vote for Bocchi, I feel like that's a little bit more of a biased vote because I just love Bocchi the Rock as an anime. But if I'm really narrowing it down to, like, what I laugh at most, what has, like, the best one-liners, the best comedy, it's Spy Family. Like, I think Spy Family has a very high chance of taking this category, but I would think that it deserves it.
For me, I think I'm gonna give it to Mashal because I like the overall humor in Zom 100 better. Like, I like the jokes, I like the punchlines better there. But, like, as far as just an overall ridiculous, like, from top to bottom, meant to be comedy show, Mashal does outpace it. So I'm gonna go with that.
We have best action and adventure. This kind of thing gets a little repetitive, and I'm already kind of seeing some repeats and stuff. You know what's sad here is we haven't seen a lot of isekai, and I know that there's a group of anime fans that cannot stand isekai, but me and you are not those people. We do like a good isekai, and so it's weird not to see some of those series in here yet.
Once again, it's like you're saying, we're seeing a lot of the same ones, but with this category here, for example, the one that does stand out is we haven't seen Bleach up until now. I'm honestly, like, instantly pretty much coming down to either Chainsaw Man or Bleach.
this could be anyone's game now that I'm really thinking about it.
The thing with One Piece is the arcs that it's getting into, because the Wano arc especially has a lot of action in it, so it makes sense it got tossed on here. I think I'm gonna give it the Chainsaw Man just because of what you mentioned earlier with like how well they adapted it over. I think it deserves it.
See, the things that I like about Chainsaw Man are not even necessarily its action. It's the slower parts of Chainsaw Man that I appreciate. So I know this sounds crazy because I would normally vote for Chainsaw Man, but I'm actually gonna give it to One Piece because of what I've seen of the Wano arc on Japanese TV and watching it over my friend's shoulder. It is so impressive, the action in that show. And you know, I've only read a few hundred chapters of the One Piece manga, so I'm not caught up, but every time the Wano arc gets turned on TV, I'm just infatuated with it. The action is too good, and I have to give credit where credit's due, so I'm gonna give it to One Piece.
Since its early days, like, it has come so far with its animation, because like some of the recent fights I've been watching, it's just absolutely amazing to compare side by side.
Yeah, I never thought I would really vote straight up for One Piece in the category, but I am now. Ooh, Best Fantasy is next, so we will probably see some isekai in here, hopefully. There's, well, this isn't an isekai that I'm thinking of, but I am thinking about how much I loved getting kicked out of the Demon King's party and Chilling in My 30s anime. I love that show, but I don't think that's gonna get nominated. But, alright, are you ready to check out Best Fantasy? I think we'll get some different ones this time. Oh, there's still some repeats here. Okay, I was waiting for Mushoku Tensei to show up. Finally, here we are. We do have Ranking of Kings finally show up.
I mean, these are all big names, and like Ancient Magus Bride, like the first season did do very well, so I see why it's on here as well.
I'm just gonna straight up go for Mushoku Tensei. I mean, fantasy is definitely not my favorite genre of like movies, video games, anime, what have you. I'm more of a sci-fi person, but Mushoku Tensei, I appreciate it so much for like how engaged I am with the characters, how like interested I am in the story, even given its fantasy setting. And I think it's one of those isekai that just doesn't feel like your average goofy isekai.
It's very like sturdy, like has a great story, and it doesn't really fall into the category of some like other thrown together isekai. Like, it's probably my second choice right now because I haven't watched the new season of Magus Bride. I mainly want to go for Hell's Paradise again.
I'm kind of looking back on last year in anime and I'm wondering, wait, like, why wasn't this in here? Like, I think Vending Machine should have been in here because it's such a good comparison of like what a fantasy world is like and using the knowledge from like the modern world in that fantasy world. I wish that would have gotten nominated, even if it just would not have won against some of these monsters like Demon Slayer. Best Drama, that's a very big category for me and you as well, so let's take a look. Best Drama. Oh man, I'm starting to think maybe only 6 anime came out last year, according to this.
I'm instantly going Oshinoko just because, like, it stands out the most, like, for the drama setting out of these that I've seen. So this one's not really hard for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna also go with Oshinoko. I appreciate it a lot for being one of the top anime last year, but also being a drama, so I'll give it to it. I mean, My Happy Marriage is also a pretty good pick, but I kind of just feel like Attack on Titan's going to take this one. Best Slice of Life, another favorite of ours. Now, with Slice of Life, if we seriously don't get some different ones in this next category, I'm going to be shocked. All right, here we go. I mean, these are all repeats again, but it's fine. I would have loved to see Chillin' in My 30s because I think there's a lot of Slice of Life elements to that, but I digress. I really do love all of these shows. I mean, I haven't seen Insomniacs, but
for me, I think I'm going to give it to Bocchi the Rock.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to Bocchi as well. I hope Bocchi gets Anime of the Year. I don't think it's likely. Do It Yourself is very fun. It's like these girls that start a do-it-yourself club and like make their own furniture and gadgets, and it's set in this like slightly distant future world. So I think it's really unique, but yeah, at the end of the day, I just have to give it to Bocchi because I think it stands a good chance. Like, if Bocchi doesn't win anything else, I think it can win this category. Best Main Character is next. I I think I know
Let's
where this is
see.
going. Yep, it's going basically where I thought it was going. Now, I love to see Hitori Goto here for Bochi. Oh, and if you click on it, the character's picture comes up, which is nice. Has Monkey D. Luffy ever been nominated for Best Character yet? Because that's kind of crazy. I mean, he's
I
probably one of the best anime characters of all time, according to some people. So
I don't know, honestly, and like really this one's probably gonna be hard for me.
Denji is so fun because I actually do appreciate Denji as a shonen seinen protagonist because like he's not that serious. I think one of the reasons why I like Chainsaw Man is just because of how Denji is. Like he's not trying to be the best at everything. He's just trying to live his everyday like day-to-day life. He's trying to like touch some boobs. He's trying to eat food. Like he's so unserious, which is why I like him compared to so many other protagonists in that same genre. But it's hard with Bochi too because she's here for the social anxiety girlies. I don't know what to do.
I can instantly mark out Aaron because Attack on Titan, like, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go into it because,
I'm
like, of course,
surprised
it's
he's even on
spoilers. But,
here.
like,
Yeah, I'm surprised
yeah,
that they would even. I think we had this conversation before. Like, why would people think Aaron is the best?
yeah. So, like, he's out pretty early for me. Then, like, Torfin, I love Torfin's character, but at the same time, like, he's a very complex one. So, like, it's hard to say he's the best. I love Luffy, but Luffy is kind of stupid.
Yeah,
Like, he
yeah.
can be very dumb. So, I'm like, I have a hard time giving to Luffy. So then we're over to Denji, Bochi, and
Shigeo,
Mob.
Kageyama. Yeah, mom.
So I'm like, out of those three, who do I want to give it to? It's like, pretty much you're exactly right. Denji is just chill dude trying to live his life.
Mm-hmm.
Bochi, anxiety central, and Mob just tries. Mob's just an overall good person. I want to give it to any one of those three, but I'm like, who do I give it to?
I think I'm gonna have to give it to my homegirl Bochi. As much as that's so tough. I'm just gonna give it to Bochi because if I don't give it to Bochi, I'm never gonna live it down.
So I gotta be honest, if I'm counting Luffy out for being dumb, I kinda gotta cut Denji out too. So just off of that logic, I'm gonna give it to Mob because
Oh,
honestly,
there
Mob
we
is just a good character. The
there we
dude
go.
tries.
Yeah. Next cat. Oh, best supporting character. Oh, okay. I'm surprised that Zoe has actually a place here. I don't think we've seen her before in a best supporting character. Power. Girl, I have to give it to Power. Oh, I love her so much.
This one's easy. It's going to Power for me too. Like Power is the best.
I have to give it to Power. Now, Kana Anima is tough for me because she starts off being kind of like annoying, kind of hard to digest as a character, but she's so vital to it, right? And you end up loving her more and more throughout the series. But even so, I mean, now if this said Makima, then maybe I would go with Kana Anima, but because it's Power, I have to. She's so funny. But I think Gojo's gonna take it, let's be honest. Like, everyone loves Gojo.
Between him and Geto, I could see either one because like people like both of them. Watch a Dark Horse Regan come from nowhere.
Yeah, I know, that'd be crazy. I mean, Mob Psycho, there's a lot of people into Mob Psycho, so it's definitely a high chance, but I'm hoping for Power.
Honestly, I would support it just for the memes alone.
Must protect at all costs character. I don't remember this category. Oh my god, Boji is on here. Oh, maybe this was on here last year because I remember Boji being a character. Pochita, well, it's a little too late for that.
Nope, it's not too late. We're bringing Pochita back.
Oh.
Pochita's getting it, like, retroactively. I don't even need to care about any of these other people.
You're giving it to Pochita for real?
It's already done. I already voted. Like, Pochita is just, like, too pure for anything in this world or any of the others. Pochita, it needs to survive.
Oh, Bochi, it's hard not to give it to Bochi, Anya, but I think, like...
Look at Pochita's face and tell that Bochi to go die.
I can't give it to Pochita. I love it, Pochita, but he's got a chain he's fine. He's fine. I think he can handle himself. But for me, like, the thing that I'm thinking about is, like, Anya, she can take care of herself. Like, she is pretty smart. She's very brave. Bochi, like, the thing is like she has to learn by herself to get over her problems, and like she has the potential. Now, Boji is also very smart, but I just feel like if anything happened to Boji, there would be nothing good left in this world. So I have to go with Boji here. I think I voted for him last year in a similar category, but Boji it is.
I think I voted for Boji too, and I like Boji. But like you said, like he does have like some skills to take care of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Anya, meanwhile, has Yor and like yeah.
My one regret is that I haven't seen Buddy Daddies yet. The next category is Best Anime Song. I get a little lost here sometimes. Oh no, Idol. Let's go. That's so easy. Are you kidding me?
I do like Work from Hell's Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
Shizume is good too, but yeah, Idol. It's got to be Idol.
It's okay. It plays everywhere here in Japan. It's so addicting. Like, I never would skip that opening either. Best score, so the overall best soundtrack. I feel like a lot of soundtracks do not hit like they used to. Like, I can name a whole lot of older anime where I'm like, oh yeah, this soundtrack is amazing. Like, between like Clannad, Gurren Lagann, Panty and Stocking, like those, I remember like how epic those soundtracks are. But for newer stuff, for some reason, soundtracks don't stay in my head. Maybe I'm just watching so much shows. I don't know.
Bocchi to the Rock being about music, like the musical scores didn't stand out as much as I would have liked.
Yeah.
Oshinoko, it's very catchy. The opening's great. The music in it's good. I think I'm gonna give it to Suzume just because, even though it's a movie, like it did like seem to impact the most as like being, something that stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
In it, so I think I'm gonna give it to it.
I don't even remember a lot of the tracks from Chainsaw Man, but I do remember more Oshinoko stuff, so I'm giving it to Oshinoko. All right, best opening sequence. This is important. So we already voted for Idol as best anime song. So, well, this is sequence also like it's the video and audio, right? So both are important.
Yeah,
okay.
So this is like the whole package.
Yeah, the whole kit and caboodle. So we have Idol again. We have Kickback for Chainsaw Man.
This one I'm having to think about because I'm kind of going between Idol, Kickback, and Song of the Dead.
You have a lot to weigh here. See, there's Heavenly Delusion again, and I feel so stupid for not picking that one up because that's also getting a lot of nominations recently, so I'll have to put this on my list. But I'm gonna go with Kickback for Chainsaw Man. I just think it's really unique. I think Idol is a great song. It's a better song, but I love all of the movie references in Chainsaw Man. It's just stupid not to pick it.
I was actually just about to say that too. I think I'm gonna go with Chainsaw Man because, like, thinking about the pop culture references and stuff.
I think when I first
and like I'm trying to remember Work from Hell's Paradise because I remember liking it, but I can't recall it exactly.
I can't either. I only saw 4 or 5 episodes, so I can't remember it very clearly. But I mean, for me, it's no questions asked. It's Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I'm going with Chainsaw Man too.
The next one is best ending sequence. And now I'm not an opening skipper, but a lot of the times I am an ending song skipper. So this can be tough for me sometimes to remember. Okay. So the thing with Chainsaw Man is that there are so many different endings. So it's kind of hard for me to remember all of them. Oh, but I do like the Oshinoko ending because it's more like Aqua's song, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of between Oshinoko and Psalm 100 on this one, so I think I'm gonna give this one to the Oshinoko.
Yeah, I'll give it to Oshinoko because I think that ending song, it's like a more like mellow, darker kind of tone compared to its opening. Best voice artist performance, Japanese. So I do mostly watch anime in Japanese, so the English is going to be tough for me. But we have the voice actors for Anya, Denji, Bocchi, Monkey D. Luffy, which, I mean, she always does incredible work. Satoru Gojo, and Eren Yeager.
For me, it's between Denji and Luffy.
I am going to go with Anya here because I feel like Anya's voice is so easy to pick out in a crowd. Like, there's a drugstore nearby me. They sell like products that have Spy Family characters on them, and they have this announcement over the speaker in the store that is Anya Forager's voice, and it's just you immediately know who it is the moment she's talking. And so I just think it's so unique. The acting is so good. I could not imagine anyone else voicing Anya Forager, so she's got my vote.
You know what? You actually convinced me there.
Oh,
I'm
really?
changing my vote to Anya.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's told me.
It's just really like you can pick her out so easily. Like if she were to go anywhere else, if this Atsumi Tanizaki person were to go anywhere else and use that voice for another character, it would throw me off so much.
Like, my second choice now would probably be Luffy, just because amazing voice actor, like, of
Mm-hmm.
course, has done it for a while. So, like, yeah, like that's gonna be an easy second. But yeah, I'm going with Anya.
Ah, it's a pretty good category. Best voice artist performance English. This is always tough for me. Now, believe it or not, I did watch a little bit of Tomo-chan as a girl in English because when I clicked on it on Crunchyroll, it actually started in English, and the voice actor really just does Tomo's voice. It's almost the exact same from the Japanese to the English, from what I've noticed.
I've actually saw almost all of these in English,
Oh, dang.
surprisingly.
Okay. So you definitely
Um,
have a good something to weigh all of this on. Like I'm probably gonna not vote in this category, but what are you thinking?
so for me, it comes down to like Nezuko's voice actor normally doesn't have that much speaking time. Seems
Mm-hmm.
like that's kind of an interesting one. Which I haven't watched this season all the way through, so it might be more speaking roles in it. But that one's kind of an odd one for me. Trigun Knives is, you know, it's a iconic character, so of course, like it's gonna have like a lot of parts people really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see it going to either of these so far because they're both popular characters.
I was gonna ask about Trigun. Did they bring over some of the same voice actors from like the 1998 series?
That I'm not really sure of. I'm mainly just talking like as far as the overall character popularity
Ah,
goes, like
okay.
their speaking roles, like and just lines more or less.
And yeah, it is nice that they brought Johnny Young Bosch back for Ichigo Kurosaki. I mean, just such a a classic like nostalgic voice actor for me.
Right now, it's between Tomo and probably Sagiri from Hell's Paradise. Both of them are amazing voice acting roles.
Hmm.
And as much as I love Denji is a fantastic one. I think I'm giving it to Tomo, honestly.
I think that's so fair because Tomo Aizawa, there's so much like screaming and yelling and emotion in that show. Um, Tomo has like a more, the whole point of it is that she's a little too manly, or she finds herself a little too manly, and her voice is very low, and so the voice actor I'm sure has to find a good space where like I'm voicing a girl who has like a very manly voice, but not in like a deep sexy way, but in like a boyish kind of way. And so I do respect this voice actor for taking on Tomo Aizawa because that cannot be an easy role.
As someone who's an audiophile, I will also say that there's nothing wrong with tomboy voices. They are very
Yeah.
nice.
Yes. I want to go back to anime of the year for a second. This is the big one. Now that you've gone through all the categories and you see anime of the year, is there anything that was on your list that you really feel like maybe should have been nominated? I'm gonna go through my own and just see. Now, of course, I'm glad that there's some clarity on rolling over series from the fall because like we didn't see, well, my favorite anime of 2023, 16-bit sensation. Not that I think it would get a nomination, but I think Apothecary Diaries would have easily gotten a nomination if it was earlier last year. I was kind of surprised to not see the Megumin anime as a continuing series because I guess it would count as a continuing series because it's part of the Konosuba universe. Tony Kaku Kawaii
Yeah,
also did not get nominated for a continuing series, which is a little disappointing.
nothing really came out for Dr. Stone either, which was like a lot of people were talking about
Mm.
Dr. Stone this year, and nothing was really said.
Oh, you know what? Blue Lock either. Blue Lock didn't get. I feel like there's some more categories they could do. Like they could do like sports anime. They could do isekai. I mean, there's enough of these anime that come out each year that could justify having those categories. One that I'm kind of surprised about is Bungo Stray Dogs season 5 and Rent a Girlfriend season 3 did not get nominated for a continuing series because I'm going to go back to continuing series for a second. We get the same things every year. We get the Jujutsu Kaisen, we get the Attack on Titan, we get the Demon Slayer, we get the One Piece. I feel like we could have switched some of these out that have already been nominated for years and years and years, and given chances to Rent a Girlfriend season 3, given chances to Bungo Stray Dogs season 5, and I've heard it's a fantastic season.
Well, and one thing for continuing series that actually kind of surprised me, which it kind of went under the radar to a point is The Devil's a Part-Timer got its continuation
That's
finally, and like
yeah.
there wasn't a ton about it. There's The Great Cleric, which was kind of one of my like unexpected ones I really enjoyed. Like it wasn't really anything major, but it was just a good chill, like sit back and watch show. And then for a drama, Undead Murder Farce, which apparently was very well received, but like it doesn't seem like it really got nominated for anything.
Well, I guess that's really all I have to say about this. It wasn't crazy disappointing, but nothing completely out of pocket. So I guess we'll just wait and see what wins. I hope the best for Bocchi the Rock. I don't think it's going to stand a lot of chance against a lot of other these big ones, but and remember guys, like we don't take this too seriously. This is just the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. We know it's not serious, just like any other award show, but it's still fun to kind of look through and see what other people have chosen to be nominated.
Overall, the one thing I think I can wrap up all my feelings about the whole thing in one go is probably going to be Yor is the best waifu of the year, hands down. I will take that one.
Wait a minute, they didn't do best boy or best girl categories this year. I will be putting a video up later on the channel about my top 10 anime of 2023, so you can kind of get an idea of my thoughts on the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Do you have anything else to add before we sign off, Grave?
One thing, a question actually. Who was your favorite waifu of the year, so I can judge you for it later?
Oh man, I mean, you know that it's Konoha Akisato from 16-Bit Sensation, but I'm also a Bocchi fan. Oh, that's so tough. Oh, I do want to say before I sign off is that I am very happy that Akiba Maid War at least got something. So I do hope, if nothing else wins anything, I hope Akiba Maid War wins something. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll probably record a video once the announcements are out. Put a comment down below on what you voted for, what you guys think anime of the year should be. I'll see you for more suffering during the next video. Until then, take care.
Later, everyone.
Bye.